here, and always he's got the latest in court for us. Yesterday was quite busy. I mean, I saw excerpts of a video where the Attorney General and then your favorite judge, Justice Efia Asaribuchi, were going at each other. Richard Jakpa is still in court. The ambulance saga, 2.37 million euros.
Absolutely.
And now we are seeing the military in court too.
Yes, yesterday I can tell you that majority of people in the courtroom were all uniform men.
Green men.
Yeah, absolutely. So yesterday, before the case even started, we were wondering once in a while, then you see two military officers climbing. I was like, where are they going? Then it dawned on us that, today, the first witnesses are supposed to be coming from the military. Then before the case was called, you could see that one side of the courtroom, green all over. Then we were wondering, where is CDS? CDS, and no, the secretary is not too known to some of us, so we're wondering why. Oh, they are here in advance to prepare the grounds, and before, then somebody whispers, the secretary to the CDS, and then the military is here. Oh, okay. Then the case was called, and we noticed that Air Commodore Nana Edujemfi, who is the military secretary, and was in court. Is one of the people who were subpoenaed. Subpoenaed means that initially, they wouldn't want to come and testify, but the court has invited them, so they have to come and assist the court. Yes. So in this case, it's coming as a witness for Mr. Richard Jakpa, who is the third accused person. And when you are calling witnesses, you expect the witness to come and say things that will help your case, that will support your case. And the reason they were bringing the man from the military is that you notice that during the cross-examination, prosecution or state prosecutors confronted him with some documents and letters that show that he was sacked from the military because of insubordination and some unprofessional behaviors and of a sort. He and his lawyers disagree. If you look at the military regulations, if you are sacked, there are various conditions under which you are sacked. They make the point that if you look at the condition or the regulation in which Mr. Jakpa was sacked, they mentioned Regulation 2A and its provisions. It didn't mention subordination and all that stuff as was put to Mr. Jakpa. So the reason to bring the military is to come and confirm that under this section under which Mr. Jakpa was dealt with, this and this and what is happening. But of course, when he came, in fact, he was subject taken through the normal evidence in chief, and that was when you could see clearly that at this particular point in time, the witness was rather hostile to the person who invited him.
Wow.
Absolutely. So at the point in time, you might think that it was Mr. Jakpa who is rather having a cross-examination of the witness. Then the Attorney General was supposed to have a cross-examination with the witness, was rather having a flow, because the officer brought him two letters showing that, one showing the conduct of Mr. Jakpa, and as you can see on your screen, that is the military, how this is the time that the court sitting was over, and then they were about to leave the premises of the court. So these are some of the scenes at the court yesterday. So he turned in those two letters, in effect, to show that Mr. Jakpa was not released honorably by the military. So because of some indiscipline, some unprofessionalism and all that style of behavior and all that. So yesterday, the witness was discharged. He was supposed to come with the chief of defense staff. But yesterday, the court was informed that he didn't get a hearing notice on time. He only got it yesterday morning, and so it was difficult for him to be in court. So after he was discharged, Justice Efia Asaribuchi, he came out with a case completion plan, and the plan is to give an idea or timelines within which this whole case to conclude. And you notice that one person who has been mentioned by way of those who have been subpoenaed to come to court is Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin. Yes. So Alban Babin is supposed to come to court, and so that. So yesterday, the court drew a plan, and per the plan, on 22nd of July, today is the 19th, so Tuesday, we'll have two witnesses to come. 25th July, we'll have two witnesses to come. And then 30th July will be the last sitting for this legal year. Then the court will go on vacation.
The legal vacation.
Absolutely. Then, first week of October, when the new legal year begins, then Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Alban Babin, will be in court.
Will be in court.
Yeah, so he'll be in court on the 8th of October. Yes. Right. So that is the timeline given. And the court made some projection by way of the end to this case. It said that by the 31st of October, by evidence, everything should conclude. And the parties, by me or the lawyers, should file their written submissions simultaneously in 3 weeks after the whole evidence is ended. Mr. Jakpa is done with his witnesses.
Wow.
Then, November 15, tentatively, Justice Efiasewa Sariboche is saying that all things being equal, that will be the D-Day in this whole matter. Wow. So that is the date that has been projected, or that has been tentatively fixed for the ambulance case at the state. So yesterday, the military was in court. We expect him to be in court on the CDS, especially, to also be in court on 25th of July. So in terms of the ambulance issues, these are some of the things that
Interesting. And I'm sure that most of us will also be waiting for the 15th November. I mean, barring all circumstances,
Absolutely.
I mean, any eventuality, we'll finally have a determination of this one.
So
but it will be interesting when we see Alban Bragman also having to testify in this particular
many
case.
are asking, why is the Speaker of Parliament coming to court in relation to this matter? So for those who remember, at some point in time, he was a Minister for Health. And that was sometime in 2013. And that was when the ambulance issue started and all that. So that is why Mr. Jakpa thinks that the Speaker has some information that will assist his case. And for that matter, he should come to court and let the court hear him. So that is why
the leader of the legislature would be in the judiciary.
Yeah, in the judiciary. So that will be very interesting one to see. With the kind of testimony that the Speaker will come up with. It will be very interesting.
Very, very interesting. I'll be looking forward to that in October. But let's come to another scenario involving the judiciary and the legislature. I mean, talking about Collins Dauda, the Saglemi housing case. How is that also panning out?
For us, for the judiciary, they are there. Whoever the Attorney General brings to them is whoever they will, absolutely. So they will tell you that the law is no respecter of persons. So the man in white, Alhaji Collins Dauda, that is how he always appears. I'm not saying that he's always wearing one shirt, but different fabric and all that. But the point is that the last time I was talking to me about the fact that why is he always in white? He said, I love white.
Right.
Yes, and angels attract white. But that's not to say that's the reason that but for him, he loved white. So yesterday he was in court. His lawyer subjected the second prosecution witness to further cross-examination before Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa, and the case has been adjourned to next year. When I say next year, the next legal year, I'm not saying 2025. No, in the judiciary, next year is the next legal year.
That's October onwards.
So the next legal year for 2024-2025 will start in October, because after this month, they have 2 months break. But it's not all of them. For the lower court, circuit and district court, they are sitting.
They're sitting.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the high court, to the CJ, will designate some of the courts to remain, just so anything that will happen in between the period, they can deal with it.
So for those who are thinking, I can commit crime because the judiciary is on break, your ears go chop.
One of the things that we have also been learning is that crime has no expiring date. So whatever you do will be there waiting for you. And so that is what will happen in relation to this one. So October, Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa is saying that when they resume from the next legal year, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, in October, November, December, full.
Wow.
1:30 to 3:30, 2 hours. Kusu, this case will be on.
So that's like
3
6
times.
hours.
Yes, 6 hours
every week.
Every week.
Wow.
That's what Justice Ernest Owusu-Dapa has also said in relation to this one. So this case has also been adjourned to October 8th.
Right.
Yes.
So let's look at the NDC. And then the alleged leak tape, I mean, it's traveled in court.
Yes.
So Samuel Fosuampofo and all of that.
So the two on your screen now, yes, they are still in court. And yesterday, what Justice Samuel Esiedu, a justice of the Supreme Court, was expecting to do was for Samuel Fosuampofo to open his defense and respond to the charges that have been leveled against him. Prosecution called 3 witnesses, and the court held that the prima facie evidence had been established, for which reason the two are supposed to open their defense. For some time now, it's going to be the adjourn. One of the reasons is that Samuel Fosuampofo had surgery outside. And when he even came back, he had some post-surgery complications and all that. So at the last court sitting, the evidence that was shown to the court shows that he had a very serious issue with the leg. The court adjourned again. There was no show. And yesterday also, the court did not sit. So eventually this case has been adjourned to the very last day of October, also in the new legal year. So a lot of the cases from now, when they adjourn it, then you should be seeing next year
after
in the legal setting.
Interesting.
Absolutely. So yesterday, Justice Samuel Esiedu, a justice of the Supreme Court, did not sit in relation to this very case. So it has been adjourned to October 31. Yes.
And in line with government's digitization agenda,
yes,
a lot is happening in the courts too.
Yes, so
talking about softwares and,
absolutely,
and how we are going to implement them and what they will do for the judiciary.
Yes, so you notice one issue that has always been very topical in this country is legal education, and the General Legal Council is always improving things to ensure that they get the best. Sometimes when examination, they tell you there's a leak examination papers, the integrity of the exams is being compromised and all that. They want to avoid some of these things, so they want to improve on things. So they are coming out with a software, registration, exam, everything that you have to do within legal education, you have to follow through, you have to go through the software, and it becomes very easy. It's very combative. It said nobody can even compromise with it and all that. So that is, it brought together virtually everybody that you would think within the legal settings. Judges, deans of faculties, and absolutely director of legal education in Ghana, virtually everybody. So let's go and watch this short report on what this software is all about.
The new software includes a website and examination portal, and it centralizes all activities relating to examinations conducted by the Independent Examination Committee. It is also meant to enhance the effective management and administration of examinations by the IEC. The Chief Justice said the new software will be key in promoting standards and integrity of legal education.
In our world today, where technology is transforming the fabric of our lives, digitalization is not just a trend, it's a fundamental shift in how we interact, how we work, and how we manage virtually every activity. With digitalization, we are able to unlock unprecedented efficiencies and productivity and innovation. And we are able to access vast amounts of information and connect with global communities and automate tedious tasks.
The chairperson of the IEC, Justice Professor Henrietta Mensah-Bonsu, a justice of the Supreme Court, said the new software was part of reforms to improve the committee's operations.
The IEC has had to undertake a number of reforms to modernize its systems and streamline its processes. It has strengthened its administrative systems, enhanced its oversight of tasks, outsourced to external operatives, pruned its list of experts, tightened its integrity frameworks, and deepened its relations with those on whom it depends to execute specialized tasks.
The director of the Ghana School of Law and Legal Education, Berima Yao Kodie Opong, said the new software will ensure transparency and integrity in the examination process.
And to conclude, the public should continue to see our systems as very robust, but also very foolproof. It has highly rated integrity, and with this, then the journey is almost ended. So be bold, register for the exam if you are eligible, and have the assurance that if you legitimately pass, nobody, no system can say you have failed.
The Dean of the University of Ghana Law School, Professor Raymond Atuguba, urged the operators to continuously implement stringent measures to prevent the system from manipulation and hacking.
Data manipulation. The software engineering that developed the software is the same engineering that can manipulate it. I believe.
All right, so that's it. I mean,
yes, so
for those who want to be lawyers like you and all of that, now you're going to use software.
It is well. So everybody everybody should try. All law students, when you want to get, whether you want to Now you are venturing into Murtala, or they are in Murtala, whatever you want to do in relation to legal education. This is the software that you have to go through. So a lot of orientation will have to go in there.
Right.
It was very interesting thing because the kind of people that it brought together, it's amazing.
You know, it's amazing how you see these people and you get excited. Some of us see them and we're like, okay, yeah, let's go. but let's look at what is coming up in court.
Yes.
I mean, Mike Nyinaku.
Yes.
It looks like
Today,
those woes, it will never end. Or there will be an end in sight.
There will be an end.
There will be, okay.
So 1,000-mile journey begins with a step.
Yeah, but
so
the steps,
the
step,
something
it's
like
not going
even
too fast
like
for him.
the tortoise or the snail.
Yeah.
Definitely you get to the destination.
Right.
Some people go with private cars, some people go with Okada, some people go with bicycles, some people also trek on foot, you know.
You understand the
just
Lexus people. Yeah.
Absolutely, you see.
But in court, his case is still coming up.
Yes, so the case of 61 witnesses. So today, Justice Efiasa Butche will be expecting the 21st and 22nd witnesses to come and testify. On today is Friday. Wednesday, the 20th witness was in, gave a short testimony, cross-examined, and was discharged. Today, the 21st or 20th and 21st and 22nd will be in court because their testimonies, as per the witness statement that they have filed, is not too long, so the court can accommodate. And this case starts from 12 to 3. So
3
3
solid
hours,
hours.
absolutely. So enough time to be able to do all this. And so that is what will happen. Of course, some of the few things that we also channel. On today is Friday, not so much will be happening.
Exactly.
But this case is one of the issues that, or the cases that we should look forward to.
Murtala, thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a
Absolute pleasure having you talk about
You're a
court
big
matters.
man.